Hey, healthy, wealthy moms. How are you? As promised, I am here live so that I can talk to you about the weight loss crash course. For everybody who's on the weight loss crash course, you will be tagged in this video because you've signed up to it, and I really want to see you get the result that you are aiming for. And I am loving all of your responses. Hi, Rachel. All of your responses on the actual survey that I sent you. It shows me that you're serious and you're ready for it. Right, so first things first. Hi, Yolanda. It is a crash course, so it will only be very essential information to get you started on your weight loss journey. Now, it's only going to be over 7 days, but over 2 weeks, so that I don't overwhelm you and you get time to absorb everything and use it correctly. So as said in the post before, the first module is the steps to weight loss, which we're going to go through today. And then the second module is the accountability module. Now, this is really, really important. It's the main reason why I am doing the live. A lot of people who go into weight loss or weight gain do not understand the fact that you need an accountability partner or a group of partners to be accountable for. Because if you make out a plan that you're going to do something and you already struggle with motivation, the only way you can make sure that you do that is by speaking to your accountability partners, so that they can say, well, so that if you don't do what you said you were going to do, like eating healthy, cutting down your portion sizes, doing a detailed shopping list, exercising, then your partners can say, well, darling, you're letting yourself down. Yeah. And they can say, pull your socks up, let's get it done. And as well, when you go to post in the actual group about the stuff that you said you were going to agree to do and you didn't do them, when you go to post and say, actually, I was feeling a little bit demotivated, you get that support and that love and that encouragement to get back into it again. And as well, if you do something that you know you shouldn't be doing, like eating half a cake, like I sometimes do. Sorry, my network is playing up. Like eating a half a cake, and if your body and your mind is telling you, well, we shouldn't have done that, and you're feeling a little bit embarrassed and unsure about posting it, then that tells you that your accountability is working, because you feel responsible for your own health and weight loss journey. Okay, so really, really utilize this group, really use it. And in terms of accountability, we're going to be doing, I want you guys to take part in the challenge by posting what you eat throughout the day. And we'll all help each other to analyze the stuff that we've eaten. Baby's monitor is going off. It's just getting a bit of this feedback from the phone. So we'll all help each other to say whether the stuff we've eaten throughout the day was healthy or unhealthy. And we'll also help each other to find out the reasons behind why somebody has either under-eaten the food they should be or over-eaten the food they should be eating. And as well, use this group to post what exercises you are doing and whether they are working, and which parts of your body you can feel the pull and the stretch happening. That is very, very important, right? I know a lot of people struggle with time because we're all working mums. But let's be honest, there is a lot of time in the day to be able to implement exercise. If you work far away from your house and you struggle to get back home on time, and you get home and the kids are in bed and you're feeling a bit low and feeling a bit down, you have got to push yourself to pick yourself up and do 10-20 minutes exercises in your living room. Nobody needs to join the gym in order to exercise. Hi, Joanna. How are you? So nobody needs to join the gym in order to exercise. You can go out and play with your kids and run around with them. I am batshit crazy when I go out with my kids to play at the park. We literally run like crazy. And tonight they were teaching me new exercise routines that they have made for themselves. So this group is really, really good. Hi, Saida. How are you? So this group is really, really good for accountability. And I really want you guys to understand that accountability is really important if you've struggled with weight loss for a very, very long time. Hi, Cynthia. Really use this group and hang on to your sisters in this group. Ask me any questions you want to ask. And if you're struggling with time, my inbox is always open. I've got a time management sheet that I've got for you to download, and I'll be sending that out in your inboxes, in your mailboxes, so that you can write down your program for every single day or every single week and see which times that you are not utilizing your time properly that you could use for you to be exercising and working out. So that is the accountability bit. So I've written down the stuff that I want to speak to you about in terms of the steps to weight loss, module 1. So before we go into this, I need you to understand that anything that you've learned about weight loss, I need you to get that out of your head right now. Because if you've got a lot of noise from what the media is saying or what parents and people are saying to you, and you are believing what they're saying, this weight loss crash course is not going to work for you. So really forget anything that you think you know about weight loss and really go back to the natural basics and think basic, simple steps. We can lose weight by just simply changing our lifestyle. So the simple steps to weight loss that I've written for you so that I don't overwhelm you because it's a crash course. It's number 1, you've got to be in a calorie deficit. It means spending more energy, more calories than you intake, than you absorb, right? So if you have a problem with overeating, then you've got to exercise quite a lot. If you've got a problem with eating during the night, then you've got to find time in the morning to exercise. So you've got to be in a calorie deficit. A lot of stuff goes into the calorie deficit part of it, because I've spoken to quite a few people who say they struggle with eating in the middle of the night. And calorie deficit is hard to do if you're eating in the middle of the night. So we won't go into too much detail about it, but I really need you to understand that in order to lose weight, you've got to be spending more calories than the ones that you're taking in, right? It's as simple as that. So we're going to really explain that throughout the whole week, and we're going to really get into it. Number 2, the second step to weight loss is reducing your portion sizes. A lot of times in our lives that we live in today, a lot of us are overeating because the life that we are seeing on TV, the messages that we are being given when we go to a restaurant, when we're spending time with family, is we have got so much abundance. So we've got to eat and eat and eat and eat until we're feeling overfull. So really reduce your portion sizes. Now, I know a lot of people struggle with portion sizes due to other different reasons that do not have to do with the media advertising, with what you're going through with your family and what have you. And that's something that's locked in your mind. So really speak to me about that. But understand this, you've got to reduce your portion sizes. The way I do it is that the plates that we're being given these days, that we're being sold in the shops, they are huge, they're massive, right? If you can get your portion sizes to half that plate, you're starting right. And then that way you've only absorbed so many calories. And if you work in an office as well, you don't need too much food. It's all to do with the perception that you've got of the food that's on your plate, and it's all to do with the images that you're sending to your brain and how your brain works that out and gives information to your stomach and to what you're doing with your hands and your thinking and everything. And it's a little bit too much information. But really reduce your portion sizes if you want to lose weight. And number 3, do detailed healthy shopping lists. So I was speaking to a lady once who was saying she struggles to go shopping. She struggles with, in these days, we can literally order food online from the shops that provide food delivered to your door. So I've got 3 kids, and half the time I don't go shopping because it's hard work. They'll be running around the shop going crazy, and I'll be trying to do shopping and I'll be pulling my hair out. So it is very, very difficult. And if you work really hard and you've got to get home for a certain time, sometimes there's no time to do shopping. So you do your shopping list and then you go and order it online if you can, or send your partner to go and buy it. But you've got to stick to your shopping list. You've got to have the discipline to say, I'm going to order this much shopping and I'm going to stick to it, and I'm not going to step into the shop to buy a pasty or to buy a piece of chocolate or to buy, I don't know, whatever processed foods that we fill ourselves up with throughout the week when we walk past Co-op or we walk past Sainsbury's and they've got a nice, exciting advert. So do detailed healthy shopping lists. And this is the advice that I've got for you for your detail on the shopping list. Do 50% of your shopping list, half of it should be veg and fruit, especially. And then 30% of it should be meat if you're a meat eater, or your protein if you're a vegetarian, your protein supplement. And then 20% of it should be your carbs. And as well, when you're dishing out your food and when you're cooking, you should aim for those proportions. So that way you don't absorb too much of the bad stuff that make you gain too much weight, especially things like meat and carbs. They've got too many additives and too much sugar in them that affect your estrogen. But we'll speak about that in the last tip. And then number 4, exercise. So you need to keep moving. You need to find time to exercise and stick to it. And if it hurts, if exercise is hurting because you haven't done it and it's taking forever to get into the rhythm of it and your muscles are struggling with it, you've got to find different exercise regimes like swimming, like yoga, fast walking when you're heading out of the house, or weightlifting. I think my sister's got weights in her house and you can just use them whilst you're watching TV at night, lifting weights. What's good about weights is when you're lifting them with your arm, you tense your core. So you tense your stomach muscles and they help you to lift that arm up with as much energy and strength as you need. And then that way you're working out quite a lot of your body. And you don't have to be bored. You can watch TV whilst you're doing it. So it's a bit of fun. So yeah, if you're doing exercising and it's hurting, find a different exercise to do. And number 5, you need to get in-depth food and body knowledge. Okay? It's very, very, very important. It's very important to get in-depth food and body knowledge because every single person's body is different. Every single person's hormone levels are different. The stuff that you do every single day is different from the other person. I mean, I've spoken to private trainers who go, oh, weight loss is so easy. You just have to go to the gym 6 days a week. But we all know in this group that a lot of us are so busy, we don't have time to go to the gym every single day, right? So you've got to get in-depth knowledge of what your body is doing and what it's successible. Oh, I can't say that word. What it's capable of doing. And you've got to get in-depth knowledge of food. And today I'm going to give you a very, very important tip about food. So, this weight loss crash course is it's only a short one and it's only over 7 days. It's because it's a crash course. But so we don't have much time to get in depth, but I've got another trick for you. And I've also got some extra information for you for the in-depth knowledge about food and body when we do the live webinar, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So our weight loss course is going to be every other day. And please, please, please keep an eye out in your inbox because you get lots of information that you can go back to every single day whenever you want to for the rest of your life. Yeah, which is really, really good. So number 6, have the best cooking practices. Grilling, steaming, those kind of things are really good if you want to lose weight. Deep fat frying, boiling, those things are really bad if you really want to lose weight. Okay, so when we make chips in this house, we coat them in olive oil and a sprinkle of salt, and then we put them under the grill and they come out as chips, right? And we've literally used a lot less fat than if we were to deep fat fry them and eat them. So that way you're saving yourself a lot more extra calories that you don't want that are getting into your food from cooking practices. So have the best cooking practices. And like I said, grilling and steaming, they're the best for retaining the most nutrients. Now, what the body does, if you don't give your body the right amount of nutrients, of each and every single nutrient that the body needs, it starts to convert certain things into those nutrients. And something can go wrong within that conversion. If we go back to that estrogen story again, and when something goes wrong, you might end up putting on more weight in different parts and causing yourself problems. So you need all of those nutrients, every single nutrient, you need it, because it's got a special part to play in your body. So really have good cooking practices. And number 7, avoid processed foods. Now, I speak about this a lot. Processed foods are really bad, and avoid sugar. And I know this is really hard because sugar is one of those things that is so addictive. I think it's valued as addictive as cocaine and heroin, which is really bad when you think about it, because every single person I meet in my life speaks about sugary treats like it's normal. Now, we need to denormalize things that hurt our bodies and hurt our lifespan and our well-being. Processed sugar is not good for you. Raw organic sugar that's not processed, that you used a teaspoon in your tea or in your baking and what have you, it's raw, it's organic, it's normal. It's not got anything done to it that might cause your body to go into panic. So I know I go about this a lot of times, but it is really, 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 it's extremely important, especially for you ladies in here, because I really absolutely care about every single person who comes into my group, wanting to learn about how to make their lives better, because it's important. I've been through a really hard journey with my own lifestyle, with my own well-being and my own health, and it impacted my children and my own sort of life in a very bad way that sometimes I even get embarrassed to talk about it for somebody who studied nutrition. So I really don't want you guys to struggle. So sugar and processed food, they're not good for you. They're full of empty calories. And these empty calories have been related to the causes for cancer. Now, when you put that into comparison, would you rather be healthy and well, or put yourself in that spectrum where you are, where you could possibly get cancer? I think I'd choose the first one, not the latter. So, and they also have E numbers that mess up your hormones. We're going back to that estrogen again. So estrogen contains a component that helps to regulate metabolism and body weight. So when you consume processed foods and sugar, they're going to mess up your estrogen, and then you're going to put on weight more than other people who don't eat those things. So be very, very, very careful and be very motivated to not eat those things. Right. So I could feed you loads of information about weight loss, but it's pretty much simple. It's a lifestyle change. Exercise more than you eat, right? Calorie deficit. But from speaking to a lot of people, I know that motivation is the biggest issue for a lot of people who already know how to be healthy. Motivation is the biggest issue because it just happens, and there's a lot of different reasons for every single person on why motivation is difficult. So what I've done is, with the webinar on Wednesday, I'm going to give you more in-depth knowledge on how to get yourself motivated. I post about it every single day. If you read most of my posts in this group, going back, I'll bump some of them up. It is very, very important, if you really want to lose weight, to stay motivated every single day and to create motivation that will last and stick with you for a lifetime. So don't miss the webinar on Wednesday, because it's very, very important, and really, really use this group for your accountability. Just come and talk to us. Tell us what you've eaten for the day. You don't have to take pictures of every single thing you've eaten. Just list down the stuff that you've eaten, every single thing, because that's really important. When you can be honest with yourself, and when you can be honest with strangers, people you've never met, and they all gather around you and they all say, well done, you've done well. And they all say, listen, sister, I think you've done wrong when you've gone and had this extra thing or this extra thing. I think, and they give you a push up you are going to benefit from it. This is not a judgmental group at all. This is a loving, kind, and honest group where we can help each other have fulfilling lives, and we can learn to love each other and love the sister who's next to you and help her to rise up. So I hope that was really helpful. And this video obviously is going to stay in the group, so make sure you watch it again if you want to watch it again. And thank you all for watching, and I will be sending you that email tonight. See you later. Good night.